All right, let's talk about how email verification actually works, breaking it all down step by step. We're going to see how cleaning up your contact list isn't just a chore, it's pretty much the secret to boosting your deliverability and making sure people actually see the emails you send. Okay, let's dig in.
So you spend all this time crafting the perfect email campaign. You hit send and crickets. Or even worse, you get that flood of bounce notifications. It's a super common frustration, but the reason your emails just vanish into thin air often boils down to one simple, totally fixable problem.
But before we jump into the solution, let's really get a handle on the problem itself. Because, ignoring the health of your email list has some pretty serious and honestly, surprisingly expensive consequences.
The main bad guy here is what we call a dirty email list. It's just a list that's all cluttered up with invalid, old, or just plain risky addresses. Think about it like trying to send physical mail to addresses that don't even exist anymore. It's a complete waste of your time and money, and it makes you look bad to the post office, or in this case, the email providers.
The fix for this is a practice called email list hygiene. Seriously, just think of it as spring cleaning for your contacts. The whole goal is to make sure you're only sending your messages to real people who actually want to hear from you. It's not just a nice little thing to do, it's absolutely fundamental to getting your emails seen. So, what really happens if you skip this whole hygiene thing? Well, the first and most obvious headache is hard bounces. This isn't a temporary issue. It's a permanent return to sender. It means the email address is totally fake, it's misspelled, or that account was deleted ages ago. It's a dead end, plain and simple. And then you've got these things called spam traps. Now, these are kind of fascinating. They're basically old, dead email addresses that providers like Gmail bring back to life. And their only job, to catch senders who are using old, uncleaned lists. If you send an email to one of these, you get flagged as a potential spammer almost instantly. And all of this stuff, the hard bounces, the spam traps, it all feeds into the biggest problem of all, a damaged sender reputation. Every single one of those errors sends a signal to email providers that your sending habits are, well, not great. Pretty soon, they'll start sending even your legitimate emails straight to the spam folder, or sometimes just block them completely. All right, enough with the doom and gloom, right? Let's get to the good stuff, the solution. How do we actually clean an email list and steer clear of all those problems? It's all about the verification process. Let's pull back the curtain and see how this tech actually works. So the whole process is like a multi-stage quality check for every single email. First up, there's a simple syntax check. Does it look like a real email? The whole user@domain.com format. Next, it does a domain check to make sure that domain actually exists and is set up to get mail. The third step, SMTP verification, is the really clever part. It basically knocks on the server's door and asks, hey, does this person have a mailbox here? But without actually sending anything. Then the system scans for other red flags, like temporary addresses or generic ones like info@ or sales@. And after running through all those checks, each email gets a super clear final verdict, valid, risky, or invalid. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, that's cool, but can I just do this on my own? And, well, while you technically could try, using a professional service is pretty much always going to be faster, way safer, and a whole lot more effective. Let's just compare the two. Trying to do this yourself is, frankly, super risky. You could easily get your own IP address blacklisted by mail servers just for poking around too much. Not to mention, it's just incredibly time-consuming. On the other hand, a service like Easy Email Verification gives you over 99% accuracy right out of the box. They're constantly updating their data on shady domains and spam traps, and the whole thing is totally secure and automated. It's really a no-brainer. And the best part about using a dedicated service is that it doesn't have to be some separate manual job you have to remember to do. You can literally bake it right into the systems and tools you already use every single day.
And this is where that flexibility really shines. For the developers out there, there's a REST API. But for everyone else, there are direct integrations for tools you already love, like Google Sheets and Zapier. You can even get add-ins for Outlook and Google Workspace, so you can check emails right from your inbox.
For that true set-it-and-forget-it automation, you can use something called webhooks. All that means is the second a verification is done, the result gets automatically pushed right back into your CRM or your database. You don't have to check on anything. Your system just updates itself in real time. It's awesome. So what's the bottom line here? What does all this work actually get you? Let's look at the results. Because this isn't just about having a neat and tidy list, it's about driving real, measurable improvements in your email marketing performance. And wow, this one chart really tells the whole story.
On the left, you've got a bounce rate of 25% from a messy, unverified list. And on the right, after a good cleaning, it plummets to just 1%. That one change creates a massive positive ripple effect across all of your other metrics.
So what does dropping your bounce rate like that actually mean for you? Well, it means a higher delivery rate, obviously, which leads to more people actually opening and clicking on your emails. Your sender reputation shoots up, which helps you stay out of that dreaded spam folder. You could even lower your costs, since a lot of email platforms charge you based on your list size. And all of that drives the one thing we all want: more conversions.
Okay, so you're on board, you've cleaned your list, your numbers are looking fantastic. Now what? How do you keep things that way? Let's wrap up with a few key best practices to keep you on that golden path right to the inbox.
First off, verify new signups the second they happen. Don't even let the bad addresses get on your list. Second, make it a habit to revalidate your entire list every few months. People change jobs, emails go dead. Third, and I can't stress this enough, never, ever, ever buy an email list. Just don't. And finally, make your unsubscribe link easy to find. Trust me, it's way better to lose a subscriber than to have them mark your email as spam.
It's a simple idea, but it's really the heart of everything we've talked about. Every single email you send to a bad address is a missed opportunity and a direct hit to your reputation. The road to the inbox really does start and end with a clean list.
So why not just get started? With a service like Easy Email Verification, you can try it out completely free with 50 verifications every single day. It's secure, it's incredibly accurate, and you get the results instantly. You can see for yourself just how much of a game changer a clean list can be for your email marketing.